Welcome back, true believers and spectacular Spidey fans, to another really exciting episode of Spider-Man PS4 101, and today not only have we got extremely exciting news relating to Silver Lining, but also a huge update to the game as well. And if you're somehow living under a rock, I'm of course talking about the Raimi suit fully being added to the overall game of Marvel's Spider-Man, but we will get into that a bit later. But right now I want to talk about all the new features that have been added to the game in the most recent update. And in case you're all wondering, I was graciously granted a free early review code for Silver Lining, and I will post a ton of videos relating to that a bit later, as well as a live stream playing through the pack itself, so please stay tuned for that later on. But regarding the new features Insomniac have added to the game, this now makes it update 1.13 for Spider-Man PS4, including a bunch of new things such as a patch for glitches, as well as new photo mode features, and a brand new difficulty to the game overall. So in case you missed it, if you do go and look at the several difficulty settings within the main menu of the game, you will see that a brand new one has been added underneath Friendly, called Friendly Neighborhood. So this is indeed a similar situation with the harder difficulties of the game. Like Spectacular was the standard hard difficulty for the game at the time, has now been updated to Ultimate difficulty, which is a much harder challenge. So now with this new update, the same thing can be said with the easiest difficulty being replaced with another one called Friendly Neighborhood, which will make it much more easier for you to simply enjoy the story of the game without having to worry about a huge challenge to deal with. And even though I personally prefer playing on harder difficulties that offer me more of a challenge as a gamer, I do appreciate the easiest difficulty being added to the game in case I do want to fully appreciate and immerse myself within the story. As for one of the main features of the game, there is of course new updates to photo mode overall, with brand new stickers relating to Silver Sable, as well as a bunch of holiday features relating to the Christmas season. So just like the heist had back in October, where there were a lot of Halloween related themes added to photo mode in general, the same thing is now added within Silver Lining, with a ton of awesome stickers relating to Christmas to make it even more festive. And given all the new suits that have been added to the game overall, as well as what the overall pack of Silver Lining holds for its story and other areas that you can explore, I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do with its awesome photo mode. And last but not least is the full inclusion of one of the most requested suits to be featured within Spider-Man PS4, and almost to the point of flat-out harassment towards Insomniac and Marvel for not including this suit ahead of time. And of course you already know what I'm talking about by now, is the fully free inclusion of one of the most famous Spider-Man movie suits of all time, is the Tobey Maguire suit, aka the Sam Raimi suit. Now, as I've said numerous times, I've always been indifferent towards the Raimi suit being in Spider-Man PS4 or not, even though I am a huge fan of those movies, and the first Tobey Maguire movie is indeed my most favorite Spider-Man film of all time. I didn't really care whether or not this suit was going to be in the game. And given all the ridiculous drama that has surrounded this suit in general, as well as all the harassment certain fans have been throwing at Insomniac and Marvel for not including this suit in the game earlier, I became even more distant from wanting it to be in the game because I couldn't care less whether it was in it or not. However, as I just said previously, I am a huge fan of the Raimi movies in general, and after actually seeing this suit in action while playing Spider-Man PS4, it is easily one of the most detailed costumes to be put in the game. Literally, after looking at side-by-side screenshots between the suit from the movie as well as the suit in the game, I couldn't tell any differences between the two because of how identical they look against each other. But still, even though the advanced suit is still my favorite costume within the entirety of Spider-Man PS4, the Raimi suit, aka the web suit as Insomniac is calling it within the game, has now reached my top 5 list of alternate costumes within Spider-Man PS4 as a whole. So even though I wouldn't have mind if Insomniac and Marvel did not put this costume in the game, I am extremely appreciative towards everyone's hard work to putting this suit in the game. And in case you didn't know, there are a lot of tweets going around Twitter from everyone at Insomniac and Marvel discussing the situation of the Raimi suit, since it was saved as a holiday special add-on to be added within the game when the time was right, instead of just another suit for the DLC. There were a lot of legal reasons for Insomniac and Marvel not telling everyone flat out that the Raimi suit would be added to the game, because 1, they wanted to save it as a surprise, and 2, they had to go and specify with Columbia Pictures if they could use the suit in the first place. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, Insomniac posted on Twitter a few hours ago saying, "We have a special holiday gift for Spider-Man PS4 players. Today's game update will include a highly requested suit. Hint, it's web and it's free for owners of Marvel's Spider-Man." And if you do look at the picture that they posted, as well as what the caption is on the lower right hand corner, it does in fact specify CPII, which stands for Columbia Pictures Industries Incorporated. And if that looks familiar for some reason, it was also used as the captioning on the newest screenshot of the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse costume, also a movie from Columbia Pictures. And to add on to this point even further, James Stevenson, who is the community director at Insomniac Games, who has been receiving too much flack relating to this suit, has posted lots of clarification relating to why they couldn't specify it earlier. So earlier today, James stated, "Just know that things take a long time, sometimes months and months, and even then go down to the literal wire. We obviously never stopped listening." And after quoting a tweet from Greg Miller, who also talked about the Raimi suit situation in Spider-Man PS4, James Stevenson followed up by saying, "Yup, today's release was ultimately in the works for months and started before the base game even released. But as you know, due to the complexity, we could say absolutely nothing." So not only did Insomniac and Marvel Games have to jump through multiple hoops relating to Sony and Columbia Pictures just to get this suit in, but they also had it way in earlier because of how it was before the main game was even finished. So for those of you who are saying that they didn't include the Raimi suit because they aren't listening to the community, just know that everyone in Insomniac and Marvel are just as much of hardcore Spidey fans as we all are. Hence why you always see me say the ultimate phrase of hashtag in Insomniac we trust. To summarize it up, Insomniac is the one who is making this game, so in the end it is their choice to decide which suits to include in the game or not, but at the same time they also always listen to the community's feedback almost every single day. And within the gaming industry specifically, there are a lot of restrictions that companies have to follow in order to keep things secret, as well as make sure that anything doesn't get out to the general public to keep it a surprise for everybody. So basically, the fact that Insomniac was able to fully implement the Raimi suit within Spider-Man PS4 is nothing short of an amazing accomplishment for them, and all the other hardcore Raimi fans out there are highly appreciated that this suit is indeed within the game. And even though I will continue to wear the advanced suit within Spider-Man PS4, I just love how much attention to detail Insomniac actually put in within the Raimi suit as a whole costume, which looks absolutely breathtaking in motion. And the fact that all of this comes as a free update to hype up everyone for Silver Lining is also just a wonderful piece on their part. And even though I won't spoil the pack for you guys, I do think that this is going to be the last DLC for Spider-Man PS4 for a while now, at least in regards to the main story content. Like I said in previous videos, there is always a chance that we could receive standalone DLC suit packs as a whole without story content attached to them, but still, we'll just have to wait and see what Insomniac's plans are for next year. Anyways guys, that's all the news I have for you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think of the Raimi suit being added to Spider-Man PS4, and are you excited for Silver Lining officially coming out tomorrow? Overall, I just hate all the stupid drama that has surrounded this suit as a whole within the past few weeks, but actually seeing it in-game is nothing short of mind-blowing. And seeing how Silver Lining officially releases tomorrow, I can't wait to see what you guys think of all the other suits in the game, as well as what you guys think of Silver Lining as a whole DLC pack. But anyways guys, thank you all so much for watching. Stay spectacular, Spidey fans. Peace out.
I should never have hurt you. Said those things.
None of that matters, Peter.
You're my friend. Best friend.